Now, I'll come to Mr. Hari Parmeshwar. Sir, your firm, Shaburji Polanji, of course, uh, undertakes projects around the world, and you're doing everything from buildings to infrastructure and so on. Um, so it's a very physical business, but in this physical business, you're using digitalization. And so, how do you do this? And how do you do this in the bidding stage, design stage, build out, construction? So that's one. And secondly, um, currently, and looking ahead, what sort of digital solutions do you see, or technologies, and what specific challenges can be addressed via tech? Over to you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much for that. The worldwide, the construction industry is the least digitalized. I think globally, the spend on technology is less than 1% of the revenue. And in India, I don't think construction industry is spending more than 0.5% of the project cost. Having said that, last, say, 5 to 6 years was very promising in India. I think most of the construction companies have, left their traditional way of project management, particularly the design, when it comes to design management. And, today we have an environment where the more and more, we are depending on technology. Now, see, look, for a construction company, today, the entire format of project is changing to an EPC mode. EPC is nothing but, we call it design and build, wherein the complete responsibility of, managing the project from concept to handover is given to one agency. So the entire responsibility of your design, procurement, even construction, approvals, handover, in the end we just hand over the functional facility to the client. Now, when we receive a bid, for an EPC project, as a contracting firm, what I need to put is only single number because it's a lump sum contract. So that's why this becomes the most riskiest format of the construction. Now, what we get is very immature kind of a design. You don't have a lot of visibilities. The tender drawings are, most of the clients give us 2D drawings. From there, today, the building, particular building projects have become very, very complex. Today, nobody wants to make an ordinary building like olden days. Most of the buildings are smart buildings, which can think, which are, intelligent buildings, which can think, anticipate, and react on its own. We have moved from sustainability to even, the resilient buildings, where it anticipates some kind of adversities. So that kind of, smart buildings, when we are making it, initially the visibility is very less. And to put a number, whether it is 2,500 or 5,000, it's a very big risk. So what we do now is technology aspect. When we get these tender drawings, we don't depend on these 2D drawings. We straight away go for a BIM model. We do the modeling. We make a 3D model. So that brings a lot of visibility because today, more than the structure, the buildings have become more predominantly, it's all governed by the cost of MEPF, cost of ELV, IT. So mostly in the 2D drawings, you can get that visibility. So in the 3D drawings, all the stakeholders can see it well, and quantification become very easy. A lot of tools are available wherein we can pick up accurate quantity. There could be something 3,000, 4,000 items, okay? We need to quantify all these items, then estimate it and putting a bid. That is a challenge. This is number one. Second, again, the client must have given us, a kind of a timeline, like 30 months or, 3 years. You have to complete this project. Whether it is realistic, I don't know. So that is where partly our guys, again, develop a very detailed program. We make a detailed WBS where, Primavera program, we make it. Then at this stage, we integrate both. Then we develop a 4D model wherein, if it is a 36 months, I should be able to see in everyday activities, what activities are going to happen, is it going to be really practical. So that is a second part we do it.
Then, so can you explain the 3D and 4D models? What exactly is the 4D model?
Yeah, the 4D is, generally when we are talking about the BIM, today, it is not simply a 3D model. We talk about 4D, 5D, 6D, it has gone up to 7D. 7D is nothing but finally the model what we are going to hand over to the client so that they can use that model for their own, asset management system. So much detailed. Okay, when we get from the client, what we are going to get in the tender stage is very basic. Generally, it is something like a Loadify 150. Where you will have only very basic details. So what we do at the bidding stage, we further add inputs and make it more detailed. We have to bring it up to something like a LOD 200 model that is sufficient for us to take the quantities. Okay. So the 4D, what we call is nothing but the fourth dimension is the time. We add time to that, it becomes 4D. So this timeline, entire your activities, you put it on a timeline. So this, say 36 months, I am able to analyze everyday activities and I am also going to take a call whether it is practical. If it is not practical, then there is a risk involved. So I put a risk cost into that because there will be a penalty clause in the contract. If I don't deliver it in 36 months, I may have to pay penalty. So that contingencies I am able to build into that. So then what happened, we also, for the accurate estimation, today we use software Candy and also that can be integrated with the SAP. So all our last 10 years, project detail, the costing, all elemental costs are there. I can pull out the cost from the SAP. So that is how in the bidding stage we are able to get some kind of a very accurate quantification. So what we are looking generally is something like a quantity accuracy of plus or minus 2.5%, and we are able to do it because of the technology. Otherwise, it was so difficult olden days. Now it comes to design stage. Now you know that entire building design today, nobody is doing the traditional design. So while our structural guys are making ETAB model, same thing, the BIM model what we developed in during bidding stage, we further develop it to bring it up to LOD 300. There, similar way, the structural, architectural, and MEP, if everybody make the same models, then we integrate it, all the class detections are done. So there is no, unpredictability. We know where, what kind of issues can come in the future. So that's all set right. Then what we do now, one more step ahead is called a common data environment, wherein we use a common platform. It could be like BIM 360 or Navisworks or ProjectWise, Trimble Connect. There are a lot of common platforms, wherein every stakeholder, like it could be a PMC or the client or every stakeholder can have the visibility today what we are doing. Even though my design is only 30%, somebody want to make a review at 30%, they are able to do it. And all communications happens on the common platform. So there is enough record created every year. When I have submitted a design, how much time they took for, what you call approvals. In case of any clarification required, we can have online meetings, we can do the demonstrations. Now, from there, we have again moved ahead by making virtual reality models. The VR models are nothing but where during the design itself, I can give a visibility of the client, how that building look like when it is completed. Okay? I can take them walk through every floor, every room, and take their opinion. Is it okay? Is it what exactly your design intent? Okay, otherwise we can make the changes. So we save a lot of time there. So this is a kind of technology adoption happened, in the design stage. And here, again, the question came that we go to the 5D model. 5D model is nothing but when we complete our design, we don't know whether we are going to still fit into the budget, okay? Because design stage, lot of, changes must have happened. So now what we do is estimate the entire costing. We further integrate with the 4D model. Now the time, cost, and your 3D model, all the 5 dimensions have come there. Okay, now we know that every day's activities, how much it is going to cost, how much bill I can generate. Okay, now entire that process is now automated. Now when it comes to construction, we extend the same platform to the construction team. The guy is, doing the work in the field. Olden days, what happened? A drawing which is issued, they have to open the drawing, they have to understand the things, and maybe in between some revisions has happened. Many times, the drawings undergo revision, R1, R2, R3, R5. And many of these construction guys, the field guys may not even aware. They may be handling, carrying an old drawing, and the things can go wrong. Today, whatever the updation is happening is a common, you have a server or cloud. Even if yesterday you made a change in the drawing, that reflects in the tablet which is in the hand of the execution guy. So they don't do the mistake. So if they have a query, they can raise from the field, which can be addressed by the design center the guys are sitting elsewhere. Maybe project is happening in Delhi, but instantly I can reply to a query raised from Delhi sitting in Mumbai. So this is a kind of, the technology adoption happened in construction industry. And also a lot of automation has happened. Now during construction, the laser scanning has happened. Okay, you can you can bring accuracy in every kind of finishes. Okay, it scans, it makes its own model, compare it with our design model. Okay, similar way, the automation, the artificial intelligence, here, earlier speaker has mentioned, it is also, happening in construction industry, the plastering, bricklaying, everything has become automated now. Robotics are entering into construction industry. And recently you must have seen this news, L&T, our competitor has, made a 3D printed building in Bangalore. Okay, now we are going into